Chargers held their second practice against the Cardinals on Wednesday. Last night it was at Qualcomm Stadium. Today it was at Chargers Park. And just like their first practice, there was some give and take. Keenan Allen once again just going up against Patrick Peterson, beating him almost every single time. Manti Te'o making some nice plays in coverage. And Adrian Phillips, safety, working with the ones, got an interception. And then there was some give as well and letting the Cardinals make some plays and some catches and some touchdowns. So as you would expect with these practices, it's a lot of back and forth. But one thing that was not at either of these practices yesterday or today was any fights. Now, you've seen this with the joint practices. They can get really salty with the Patriots. There were guys getting ejected from those practices. Same with the 49ers. This Chargers-Cardinals practice was not salty. There could have been some fights, but for the most part, really for the whole part, for anything that the media could see, it was just a nice, respectful practice going and working back and forth. Now, I've seen a lot on social media. Some people want the fights. They think it means intensity and this and that. Guys after practice said, look, we will do our fighting with winning. We don't need to necessarily get scrappy in these joint practices. Now, I thought we'd change it up today. We often hear from the Chargers, but I wanted to hear from some Cardinals about what they've seen from the Chargers offense these last few days.
Phillip Rivers still is an athlete. He doesn't really get a lot of credit for his movement skills, but he has great movement skills in the pocket. And then he actually, can turn around a little bit. I'm like, man, you're too old to moving that fast.
They're moving pretty good. Phillip obviously has a grasp on this offense and controls everything. He's so calm and collected up there. When he's making checks, he's just so calm with it. He's like, let's go line here. It's pretty funny. But they're looking real good. Keenan and the other guys, Travis Benjamin, they're doing a good job. So young tight end doing a good job too. I like him.
I tell you, Melvin, he's gonna be something. I tell you that right now. Then third and 9, he's always been their guide, and Gates obviously. It's across the board they're talented. I'm not necessarily sure what they're doing in defensive end, but I heard some stuff. From the offensive players, they were like, bro, they talented. If they can put it together, if they can, build on what they've been doing these past couple weeks and finish this training camp strong, I feel like they can be a strong team in the AFC.
Players from both teams have commented on how much they've liked these joint practices, how beneficial they've been for young players, for veteran players alike. They've really helped players see where some of their weaknesses are, and they've also broken up the monotony of camp. Here are a few players from the Chargers team talking about how much it's helped.
Yeah, it's good because, it's not a game setting. It's kind of something we can do out here and correct on the field, correct as we go. And then it's good to go against a team like Arizona. Those guys are really, really good. I try to be a confident guy, but it's definitely, as a rookie, you can be like, oh gosh, are you going to be able to, can you do this? You do it against your guys, but you get comfortable out here, and then you get some new guys to come in, and you're like, can I do this? And, it does build confidence when you're able to get open, find zones, and make plays. It does give you a little confidence.
It was a better day than yesterday for me. I feel like my technique was a little better. Yesterday was a little sloppy, so I tried to focus on that today. So it was overall like a better day for me.
Obviously, yesterday there's nerves and guys are kind of, sporadic and all over the place. Today was a little bit more tuned in. Guys got a feel for each other, and I think they've both been really good days. I'm a big fan of this.
Some good news for the Cardinals. Head coach Bruce Arians, who was not at the practice at Qualcomm on Tuesday night, he fell ill before practice started. He was taken to the hospital. He was released from the hospital. He actually had a press conference with the media on Wednesday, said that he was diagnosed with diverticulitis, but he was released from the hospital. He was doing all right. He made a brief appearance at the practice on Wednesday at Chargers Park, there for a short time, and then he left. After practice, many members from the Cardinal team talked about how great it was to see their head coach, or BA as they call him, back out on the field.
Oh, it's everything. He's our leader, he's our backbone, and for him to be back, you definitely felt his presence out here.
It's huge. He's the heart and soul of the team, as a whole. And it all starts with him, and he does a great job leading us, so I'm glad he's okay.